Hi guys, today I'm going to do a quick demonstration of some of the design assist tools that are added to the dynamic block parametric parts. Gives us the ability to reach in and design in more of a click this button and get a result type of environment. I'm going to get some parametric part generated and step into what I'm calling a production documentation utility. In this case, it's specifically for GigaCrete, their panel product. So, starting with the selected corner, I'm going to add additional parts, additional components to the wall by selecting shape. The options here are corner, T, 1, 2, 3, 4 foot sections, a door which is a 4 foot section with a door in it, and a window which is the same 4 foot section with a window. So those are the options, and then the orientation are basically 4 directions. Up as we go counterclockwise, or as we go clockwise around the building. It's the up direction, the right direction, the down direction, the left direction. I'll start with 3 foot section. It's going in the up orientation. And add a 3 foot section. So it adds the 3 foot section. I'm going to add a window above that. 3 foot section. And a corner. But this corner wants to be an orientation number 2. So what I can do is I have all the controls to manipulate these parts. Its height, the gauge of steel, left and right heights, how thick it is, and then here we've got shape. I'm going to leave it as a corner, and I'll go over all thread connections a little bit after I get the building put together. I'm going to change the orientation to 2, so now you can see that it's properly oriented to continue building. So now beside this corner, I want to go, say, a 2 foot section, orientation 2. Let's do a door. Orientation 2. Door. Window. 2 foot section. Corner, but because I'm coming to changing orientation now, I'm going to change my orientation to plug this corner in. Match this side. 3 foot section to orientation 3 below. Window. 3 foot section. Corner, and now we're going to change to orientation 4, and now we'll match the north wall. We'll call it plan north wall. 2-foot section, orientation 2, orientation 4. Got a window, we'll mirror it. Door. Complete the building with a 2-foot section. There we go. So now what we skipped over there at the beginning was all thread location. So in this, by default, it's not applicable, but we're going to add all thread location to this point. So it just comes through as AT right now. It's a marker, basically, designation. Let's say this corner needs an additional one. Put it at location B or A. Put it at location B. So we work our way through adding our all thread locations. As specified, whatever the spec is, where they need to go. Now, what's happening as we do this is these are intelligent parts that we're beginning to generate the data that represents this building. It's going to include a count of corners. It's going to include a count of all the different components, 2-foot sections, door sections, window sections. It's going to begin a count of all the components that are necessary to create the all thread at location B of this panel that is of this height. So that's the anchor, any couplings, the all thread itself. All of that data is beginning to be generated at this point. It's already it's following these parts. This particular panel will have studs of length, depending on based on this height, and that information will follow this model now. These parts can be manipulated in the same way. The same tools we developed in the past. It's already this is just added on to the same tools, so we can export parameters, we can export traveler sheets, export a cut list, export a 3D model. Same tools to manipulate an entire project if we want to change the gauge of steel on the whole project all at once. Those types of tools we developed in the past work again on these same components in a unique way to GigaCrete's product, manipulating the parts according to GigaCrete's rules. So that's the start. So we got for a start.